Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. I'm here today starting a new random number generator chooses my next read vlog. This time, instead of doing thrillers like my last vlog or just picking a random book off my shelf like I have done occasionally, I have a stack of historical romances that I will be random number generating today to pick out what I read. It has been so long since I've read a historical romance and I really want to. I have probably 50 or 60 on my shelves or like underneath my bed hiding in little stacks, and I need to get to one after forever. So I'm here today to do a random number generator. I have 6 historical romances right here to choose from. I'll go ahead and go through them really fast and then I'll like shuffle them all up and we'll see what the number generator chooses for me today. But first I have From Duke Till Dawn by Ava Leigh. Love this author. Have read 4 or 5 books from Ava Leigh and am in love. So there's this one. I also have A Pirate's Love by Joanna Lindsey. This is a pirate historical romance. Never read one before, but I don't know, it sounds good, so here I am. I have Up All Night with a Good Duke by Amy Rose Bennett. No idea what this one is about. It's a historical romance. Had to have it. I got Her Lessons in Persuasion by Megan Frampton. The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics by Olivia Waite. This is a sapphic historical romance. And then finally I have Her Night with the Duke by Diana Quincy. 90% sure that Bailey from Is Bailey Reading has read this book and loved it, so I pulled it out of my own stack to potentially read in this reading vlog. So let me get my random number generator pulled up. I am of course not prepared for this video at all. Yikes. But let's see. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books here. All of these books are very much backlisted for me. I've had them all for a minute and it's time to finally get to one of them. So, oh gosh, okay. So I have my random number generator ready. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle these books really fast. Dun 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 dun. Okay. All right, here we go. This is my stack. I'm gonna hold it up like this. I'm going to, okay, put the phone right here. Don't know if y'all are going to be able to see the number. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, did it not generate? Yes, it did. It changed from 3 when I first set it up to 2. Yes, can you all see that? It's 2. Okay, so I will be reading 1, 2, which is Her Night with the Duke by Diana Quincy. No idea what this one is about. Truly do not know. But I'm very certain that Bailey loved it, so I got it. Or maybe I was gifted this one. I am gifted historical romance very frequently. This one was gifted to me, The Lady's Guide. I might have bought the other one, but I have a lot of HRs on my shelf that were gifted to me by the publisher, so I might have been gifted this one as well, but also I could have purchased it. I don't really remember, to be honest, but it looks like this is about Lady Delilah Chambers finds herself stranded at a country inn on a rain-swept evening. She's forced to fend off a group of ruffians with the help of a handsome gentleman. They spend one reckless night together in each other's arms and then they go their separate ways, but the very next day Leela receives the shock of her life when she meets the Duke, who is set on wedding her beloved stepdaughter. One night is enough with a woman as fierce, fiery, and brilliant. So he is marrying her stepdaughter, but obviously they don't because they fall in love. Interesting, and the man is a duke or whatever, you know how it goes. Okay, I am very excited for this one because I'm only reading one book. Well, this is a historical romance. I'll probably just go ahead and update y'all at 50%, and then again when I finish the book. Historical romances aren't super long. Yes, this one is 380 pages, but the book is so little compared to, you know, regular size books that I don't think it's worth updating y'all every 25%. So unless I start reading it and I change my mind, I'll go ahead and hop back in as 25%. But plan for a 50% update from me. I am so excited to dive back into historical romances. I have far too many. Maybe I'll ask Bailey if I should annotate this one or not, or maybe I'll just go ahead and tab it anyway, or maybe I just read it and like unhaul it afterward. I don't know. I have too many books on my shelf right now. I have too many HRs that I'm not reading. I don't know. I'll think about it. I probably won't start it this week. It's gonna be a very busy week, but maybe after the Easter weekend, after Easter holiday, maybe things will start calming down again and I can read physically, because it's been a minute since I've read anything physically. So this is my book that I'll be reading for this random number generator vlog. I love doing these. This is like the 5th, I think, installment, the 3rd and 4th installment. I think it's either the 4th or 5th installment in this series that I'm doing. I do have a playlist with the other videos in it, so feel free to go check those out if you want after this one. But yes, that's my intro for this reading vlog. Yikes, not my strongest one probably, but I'll go ahead and update y'all at 50% into this book and we'll chat about it, and then I will finish it hopefully so quickly. Historical romances do tend to go pretty quickly for me, so fingers crossed. I love it. I'll talk to you all whenever I get to 50% into this book. Okay, it has been a very long minute since I last updated y'all for my vlog, and by I guess updated y'all I meant filmed my intro, because I just now started the book for this vlog and reached the 25% mark like an hour ago before working on my stuff for my final project for my grad class this semester. But I'm officially 25% of the way through Her Night with the Duke by Diana Quincy and really enjoying it. I do have the audiobook for it, plus it's a mass market, so it's itty bitty. So this book has been a pretty quick read so far, and I am excited to keep going, hopefully even amidst the finals week stress and busyness that comes with final projects and things like that. But let me give y'all a very quick synopsis. So this book is about Lady Delilah and Elliot Townsend, who is the Duke of Huntington. They both find themselves at this kind of shady inn one night during both of their travels. They don't know each other and they have one great night filled with passion and steam and all that fun jazz. They continue on their ways the next day. The Duke leaves Delilah in her bed all alone, no explanation, no goodbye, and she is ticked at that. Turns out they are both going toward the same place because she is the stepmother of the woman that the Duke is going to marry. So they have not yet acknowledged their night together. Delilah has not told her stepdaughter that she has slept with her betrothed. And there's just a lot going on right now, which I love the drama. I'm here for the drama. I love historical romances because often we get to read from both perspectives. So we have been going back and forth between the Duke as well as Delilah. She is an author, not that she has shared that part of herself with people, because women weren't writers, they weren't published authors back then, but she is an author of a very popular book that all the characters, all the main characters at least in this book, have read and talk about a lot, and she just kind of stands there like, yeah, I wrote that, but doesn't actually say anything about it. They definitely have like not an enemies to lovers type thing going on, but kind of, because Delilah is very upset with how their little fling ended. Even knowing that they weren't going to be together, she is mad that he just kind of left her the next morning without saying anything. And there is, of course, that forbiddenness that comes with her stepdaughter being betrothed to the man that she slept with and had a great time with. So we've got all the drama going on. Lady Delilah, she was married at one point to a man who was 30 years older than her, but she is now a widow because he passed away. She didn't have a bad relationship with her husband, her ex-husband, her former husband, her deceased husband, I guess would be the proper term for that, but she definitely had never experienced anything like she did with the Duke during their one night together. And she also doesn't think that she will ever get married again. So I'm excited to see how their relationship evolves, because obviously they're going to end up together because that's who the book is about. But I'm very excited to keep seeing like them try to navigate not telling the people around them about their relationship, and also like figuring out their own chemistry and attraction to each other, because it's very obviously there. So I'm very excited to keep going with this one, and yeah, continue reading more. I love a good historical romance. I just read one last weekend and I'm glad to be kind of getting back into them. It had been a minute before this vlog, as well as another vlog that I'll have coming out probably before this one. It has been a minute like before these two vlogs that I've read since I've read historical romance, so I'm very glad to be kind of getting back into them. I also have this very fun bookmark that says enemies to lovers on it. It doesn't quite necessarily fit the vibe, like the trope of this book, but it's a beautiful bookmark, so I'm using it anyway for this one. I don't know if I told y'all I would update every 25% or 50% for this vlog, because historical romances are usually a little bit shorter than like thrillers or like, I don't know, some of the other books that I read for vlogs, but I'm doing 25% updates anyway, I guess. We'll see if I have more to add once I get to 50% and then 75%, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. I'll let y'all know next time I update you where I am in the book, whether or not it's 50% or I just wait until I get further into it. But yeah, so far so good. We do have some diversity in this book. Delilah, or Leila, yes, as her close family and friends call her, is half Arabic, and because of that, like, there's definitely some, not tension, there's issues in how she's treated by a lot of people in society because of her descent. So that plays a semi-big part in it. We saw it very much when she first got to the inn where she was staying and how she was treated because of who she was, both as a woman but also not as like your stereotypical person living in London or wherever they are, somewhere in that region. Yeah, there's definitely some identity conflict being brought up, but I love how like she goes about that, and also like I love how devoted Leila is to that part of herself, and how she came before going to that party where like their betrothal is being announced. She spent time with her Arabic family, learning their language and their culture and their society, and learning just more about them and her roots and where she came from. So I like that aspect of the book a lot. I'm excited to see more and hopefully have some discussions about that between the Duke and Leila as they start growing closer, hopefully, and getting to know each other a little bit better, because there's definitely some issues going on with that just because of her descent and her heritage. So very much looking forward to more conversation about that and learning more. I am having a great time with this one so far. We started out with a bang, literally on like chapter 1 or 2, as their first night together is like the most prominent one because that's where they met, and learn about their chemistry and attraction to each other. I'm excited to see the drama unfold further into the book, and we'll update y'all again when I want to add more, which will probably be at 50%. I'll go ahead and stick to my regular routine with my reading vlogs where I only read one book. That's basically all I've got for y'all for this update. I say that as I just talked for 9 minutes on the raw footage. Hopefully the edited clip will not be that long, but we will see. So that's all that I have for y'all for right now. Really enjoying it and cannot wait to see where it goes. I'm live for sprints right now, but I just got to the 50% mark in her night with the Duke. First, I want to say that I was pronouncing Leela's name wrong in my first like update. Her name is like spelled Delilah, but it's Delilah in the book. So I wanted to correct that really fast before I even dove into like more thoughts on the book. Still so good. Their chemistry is so palpable, and like the yearning is there, but it's going to be very slow burn because is betrothed to Leela's stepdaughter. And obviously like Leela doesn't want to break her stepdaughter's heart. She doesn't want to be like the other woman in the situation. You know, she wants Hunt to be honorable and follow through on this betrothal, this engagement, and he wants to also like do the right thing, but also he just has such strong feelings for Leela, and the more time they spend together, like the more that just becomes so clear. And honestly, like this last scene that I just read like had my heart wanting to break. It was just like their chemistry is there. It's so real and so raw, but they can't do anything about it yet. So I still have, thankfully, like less than 200 pages, but like barely. I have like, well no, I have about 200 pages left in the book, because this is kind of a longer one. It's at like 380 pages, so I do still have a little bit to go, but I'm very excited to see how their relationship shifts and what brings about that shift from like him wanting to honor his engagement, but like also like needing her because he just has such strong feelings for this woman. I'm excited. I'm nervous to see that shift as well, but overall mostly just excited. I think it's gonna be so good when that like moment just like comes like full circle and like something just happens between the two of them and they're like boom, like I might love this person, you know, and how to like navigate that engagement going on with somebody else. I'm very scared, but also like so excited. I texted my friend Bailey. I don't know if I said this in my last update, but I texted my friend Bailey that I started this book. This is like one of her favorite historical romances. She loved it, so I'm very glad that I'm also enjoying it at the moment. Yeah, cannot wait to continue going through it. I'll update y'all again at 75%. I really don't have a ton to add. Like not too much has happened between them personally. We're mostly just like going through the drama of Leela and her stepson, I guess, who hates her and doesn't like want her to have the rights that she is supposed to have as the widow of an earl, I think, of an earl. Yeah, so like there's that going on. There's like this huge party at their house because of the engagement and like the announcement of it, so there's lots of people around, and yeah, Hunt and Leela are just trying to figure out what the heck is going on and how to like not have feelings for the other person, but like not being able to stop those feelings anyway. So chef's kiss, so good. Cannot wait to keep going with it. I'll update y'all again hopefully this weekend when I get to 75%. I do plan to finish this one up in the next day or so, so fingers crossed that does end up happening. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all whenever I get to 75%. I'm not sure I've ever done any video in my living room, which is extremely boring. Yeah, but we're also like supposed to be moving soon, so I'm not gonna like decorate it now. But yeah, I've got like not very much going on over here. Yay, 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 yay. Random night. And then our couch, which is pretty nice Got some pretty flowers on the coffee table. If my camera will focus, maybe. Yeah, so you got it. You can do it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so but not all that much going on in here, but you know, it's fine. Anyway, I'm here because I'm doing life sprints right now, but I just got to 75% in my book for this vlog, and we have finally gotten to the point where the Duke and LIVEEE come to terms with their attraction for each other and have decided to be secret lovers because of things that happened that like led them to like this possibility, to this being an option for them. I don't want to spoil like some of the big plot moments, but we did just get to that, and they are both very much living on a high right now because of that. It's very evident that they do love each other already, but they haven't said it yet, and I'll be curious to see like what brings this next change about, because I hope that they like get married, but who knows. Oh, sorry, I like sneezed there. Who knows what's gonna end up happening. I'm ready to get to the end. I've got less than 100 pages left, barely. I have like 99 pages left of the book. Thankfully, the audiobook is definitely helping me get through it. Not that I'm not enjoying it, I read so much faster with audiobooks, so I'm glad that I have that resource as well for this one. I love both the Duke and LIVEEE. They are both extremely stubborn, which sometimes works in their favor and sometimes does not. LIVEEE is very persistent when it comes to her writing, trying to get that third book out in the world and trying to find a publisher who will accept her as a woman writer, since she has decided to like start pursuing options in person and trying to make more money, because she knows that her books are worth like the price that she wants for them, because everybody is loving them. And yeah, everybody who reads it like seems to love it, and it's gaining a lot of popularity. So she's trying to get somebody to publish her third book, but nobody is wanting it yet, just because she's a woman. So I love how like raw those moments are. Like, she's clearly so frustrated because being a woman shouldn't mean that like her writing is less than just because she's a woman. So like, I've really appreciated seeing that throughout this book, and I'm excited to hopefully see some success in finding somebody to get her third book published by the end of the book. But we'll see. I don't know. Really enjoying it. Cannot wait to get to the end, and I'll update y'all one more time when I do finish the book with a final rating, and we'll wrap this random number generator reading vlog up. 4 stars to Her Night with the Duke. I just finished it like not even a minute ago probably. I already had my camera set up to film my wrap up of the book before I was done with it, and yeah, 4 stars. Really enjoyed this one. It's not my favorite historical romance of all time. It didn't get me emotional like some of the other books that I have read in this genre like have gotten me. This one, it was fun, it was so enjoyable. Didn't get as emotional or attached to it as I have with some of my other books, but still had a really good time with it. So very excited to have finished it. 4 stars, had a great time, and would recommend this one to people who also love the historical romance genre, or even are just wanting to get into it. This is a really good slow burn romance. It starts off with the spice, but then we don't get anything else until like 75% or 80% into the book, and I just thought that it was a great time. I'm very repetitive when it comes to like my wrap-ups and my reviews. I don't have a lot of very good descriptive words, but I did have fun with this one. I think the only thing that I kind of just like wanted more of was the relationship aspects and like this huge middle chunk. Like, it's like 200 pages probably where like they're in this limbo and like nothing happens between them, because like, yes, the Duke is engaged to somebody else, but it's just like a lot of like stubborn feelings going on, which is great to an extent, but that didn't always work in the characters' favors. I think both were just, yeah, like too stubborn for their own good sometimes. I think I said that exact phrase in my last updates. It was still really fun. I loved both of our main characters. The epilogue was very sweet, and I'm glad that we found our happiness and our little, you know, bow, like the ending wrapped up, you know, with a nice little bow by the end of the book. it was a very happy ending, and it was really fun and great to see. That wraps up, I guess, this next installment in my random number generator vlog series. This is part 5, I think. I'm pretty sure I've done 4 other videos reading a random book from my bookshelf. I already have plans for my next one, which I think is going to be really fun, probably consisting of a couple more books than just one, which is what I normally do. Kind of thinking I'll jump up to 2 or 3 for the idea that I have for my next video in this series. But I think I'm getting back into historical romances between reading this one as well as, I forget the title of it, but I read another historical romance last weekend that again I really enjoyed. So I think we're getting back into it. Hopefully I pick up yet another historical romance soon, because I just have so much fun with them. They're easy reads, they're entertaining, they make me smile and gasp and like shock at like some of the plot twists and things like that. So I have a good time with these very much. I'm very glad to have read my first book by Diana Quincy. Will definitely read more in the future. Loved the diversity that is included in this one, with Leela being Arabic and following her roots and learning more about her culture and her family and things like that. I thought that that was a very great addition to this story. I loved her relationship with her stepdaughter, Tori. It was very sweet. And watching both Leela and Hunt grow as people and accept true love in their lives. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So 4 stars to this book. Yay, really enjoyed it. Cannot wait to read more from the author. That is all that I have for this reading vlog. If you have any historical romance recommendations for me, feel free to comment down below and let me know. I'm always looking for more books to add to my always growing TBR, especially when it comes to the romance genre. I love a good romance. So if you have any historical romance recs for me, please shout them out. I want more. But yeah, that is all that I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.